Hey guys, if you have a Schwintek Slide Out that got stuck, let me show you a couple of tricks you can try to use to see if it'll help you bring it in or push it out. Well, alright, today we have a Schwintek system here that's having an issue where one side's stopping and the other's still moving. I already made a video how you can do a deep clean as far as maintenance goes, and like I said, like 90% of the time I go out and work on these systems, all I have to do is clean the railings a specific way to get it to work. But if you're at a point where it's not wanting to move, then you can try these tricks. Let me first show you what is going on with this system. So we're going to try to bring this slide out in. Well, go figure, now it's working. I came here the other day, we were running in and out to do some troubleshooting, see what was going on, diagnose it. And I found out that the motor on this side, on the rear side, got rusted. And I saw that there was water on the floor. So what is most likely the scenario, it just got wet. He has a, some kind of antenna up top and the wires going through the slide out seal. And that's right where the motor's at. So I'm guessing water was just dripping on the motor. I took the motor out, took it apart, and it was all rusted inside. So what happens, it starts to draw amps because of the resistance. The board, which in this case is located in the bathroom underneath that little sink, the board detects the amp draw of this motor and would make that motor stop after moving just a couple inches, and the other would keep moving. And I tried it a little bit at a time, push it out and bring it in, and it just kept failing. So customer decided, let's just go ahead and swap it. That way he has a new motor in place so it runs nice and smooth. As you can see now, it's actually working, but we're going to replace it because it's already been compromised. So one thing you can do, if the slide out is all the way out or in and you need to move it out of the way or bring it in, you can do this. As long as both motors are working, you don't have to worry about the one side that's stopping. That's because the board is controlling that, and it stops sending power when it sees that amp drop, that there's resistance. Again, the resistance in this case is that rust that's inside the motor. One thing you can do is this. Just bring it in about an inch or two at a time and stop. And bring it in and stop. Bring it in and stop. Before the controller, the board, has time to detect the amp draw and stop it on its own. So you're just going to bring it in a little bit at a time and let go, and you're not giving the board a chance, opportunity to think about it to stop the situation. So here goes, let me show you what happens. And what you'll see here, sometimes when you're pushing in or out, depending on the direction you're going, in this case we're going to bring it in. If you're hitting it and then you go to hit it a second time and it does not let you, you have to hit the opposite direction just a second to where you can hear the motors making noise, but don't let it move. Just hit it when you hear the noise, let go, and then you can resume moving it in the direction you want. So let's go and let me show you. Okay, so just doing that won't give the board a chance to stop one side of the slide out. So that'll give you the opportunity to just keep bringing it in little by little. But again, in this case, it's working smooth. It's not making me stop. But if it does stop and doesn't let you keep moving it in, hit the opposite direction just so you hear the motors and let go. And then you keep bringing it in or pushing it out the direction you actually want to go. So that's how you get over that. Go over the board and bypass that. There's another trick you can do that also bypasses the board paying attention to the amp draw, which is finding the board, and there's a little button inside, and I'll show you that here in a minute. I'll take you to the board, and there are other videos online that'll show you how to do this. That's where you look for the button inside the board, and you have to hit it 6 times, hold it down the 7th until you see the LED flashing in there, red and green. Once that's flashing back and forth, red, green, that means it's an override, and you can come and bring it in or push it out without having to stop doing a little bit at a time. If you don't know where the board's at, this trick, the first trick I showed you, might be the best, because the board can be anywhere. Sometimes it's outside in the ceiling of one of the lower compartments. Sometimes it's under sink, under any cabinets. It can be anywhere. Sometimes it's under the bed, the chairs. So it's never in the same location, so I can't really help you with that. You do some digging with your RV online and might be able to find some information there. But this trick helps when you don't know where the board's at, to bring it in a little bit at a time or push it out. But if you do have access to the board, let me show you that trick now. Come with me. Okay, so here's the board, which is located underneath the sink behind a little false wall. I had to remove that little wall to get to it. But you can actually see the button right in there, that little button. That's the one you have to push, and it'll give you directions here on how to do it in case you don't remember. Push it 6, hold it down the 7th until it starts flashing. So all you have to do is that, push the button. I can fit my fingers, but I want you to see what I'm doing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, hold it. Now it's in override. So that's when you want to rush over to the switch, and you can bring it in all the way or push it out all the way. And what the board's going to do is just send power through what actually makes the motor actuate and run, and it won't pay attention to the amp draw or anything like that. So that's another way that you can run the slide out if you know where the controller is at, and that's if both motors are actually working. Alright, and the third and final way you can move this slide out, and this works if the motor's actually dead. First you have to go outside and take the screw out. There's a set screw behind there where the bulb is at, the D bulb. You can open it up or pull it off, and you'll see there's a little screw in there. Just remove that screw. That's what locks the motor down to keep it from popping out of socket, out of place. And then from the inside you can use a screwdriver to actually remove the motor. The motor also has a built-in brake. That's why you can't move it manually from the inside or outside, because the motors are holding it in place. So you have to release the motors, remove them out of place, so that you can actually push the slide out by hand, out or in. That's worst case scenario. Hopefully you don't have to get to that point, but sometimes it happens. So hope these tips help you with your slide out. Have a good day.